Here's a list of symptoms that you should be watching out for during exercise, either during the exercise or after the exercise, anywhere from 30 minutes after exercise or 2 hours or maybe 5 hours later in that day. You may be experiencing symptoms from the exercises that you've done, and they're an indicator that you may need to be slowing down, taking your time, doing easier versions of the movement, or doing an easier version of a breathing strategy for that movement, okay? So the first one, and this is just specifically, generally speaking, for women that are in their third trimester or their postpartum within 3 months, is any additional bleeding. And so, of course, bleeding postpartum is normal, and there's a wide range of normalcy for how long a woman may bleed, depending on how her labor went. But additional bleeding, so bleeding that you notice is increasing because of your activity, and this activity can be in the gym, prescribed activity, or it can be even you trying to do too many house chores or grocery shopping and it be too soon. So watch out for additional bleeding. That's an indicator that you need to slow down and take it easy a little bit more. Pubic symphysis pain, this is the pain right in the front of the pubic bone, and increasing of that pain can be experienced for women that may or may not have had symptoms of it before they had the baby, but it may present after having the baby. Another indicator to slow down and do an easier breathing strategy. A heavy feeling between the legs. This is a feeling of insecurity in your pelvic area between your sit bones. And many women just explain this as a heavy feeling. The next one's incontinence, and this can be either fecal or bladder incontinence. And this can be present with exercise, or you may feel like your symptoms of incontinence are more heightened after exercise, such as leaking when you laugh or cough or sneeze, or even shout at someone else or your child, or laugh or something like that. And then again, the symptoms for incontinence can be present during or after exercise. Another one is painful sex. So I would say that sex is a difficult road to navigate postpartum anyhow, but noticing that sex is painful past, say, that 3-month mark can be an indicator that there's something going on inside the pelvic area and the vagina. So it would be a really great idea. I encourage any woman, symptoms or not, to see an internal pelvic floor therapist to get checked to make sure that their tension is correct and their strength is correct and at least trending in the right direction, and see if the PT can give them any exercises to do to either relax or strengthen certain areas. The last one is hip and back pain. So this can be present as lower SI joint pain or sciatic pain or hip flexor pain. This was my issue. My hip flexors were super tight and painful, even though I had no other symptoms of any core dysfunction. So these symptoms are all types of core dysfunction. They are, in many regards, expected postpartum because you are in a healing body. So for someone to have none of these symptoms postpartum is, in my opinion, kind of rare and impressive. And it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong if you have these symptoms, but it does mean that there's people out there that want to help you. So your OB, your internal pelvic floor therapist, and pregnancy and postpartum coaches such as myself want to help you. So please reach out, and good luck in your exercise and in what you do.